morning. I'm Barb. I'm the author of the Diaries of Liberty the Pug. These are the pugs here. I'm just going to give them a treat. This is Ebony Rose. This is Liberty, who's blind, and she helps me write the books. And this is Pippa with her bestie giraffe right here. Today we're reading the Diaries of Liberty the Pug. That's book 10, Cuddle Bundles. Yes, we have 10 books now. Liberty has to give me a lot of help. Today we're reading Ebony Rose Looks for Dad. There's Dad, and there's Ebony Rose right there. And this is Ebony Rose. Let us begin, shall we? Ebony Rose looking for Dad. Mum is always the first one up in the morning, ready to take me out into the garden and go potty. Remember, it's Liberty telling the stories. I sleep in my own cozy bed, right next to Mum's side of the big bed. I make a soft little noise when I wake up and call out to her. As soon as Mum hears me, she's out of bed and I'm in her arms to give her a morning kiss lick right on her nose. Ebony Rose and Pippa are waking up and stretching on Mum and Dad's bed, but not for long. I hear them both making a dash towards Dad to wake him up. I hear Dad laugh and say, ah, and no, and oh no, not the tongue in my ear. And really, Pippa, snot on my face. I can sense Dad is now sitting on the edge of the bed. I feel him reaching down where I am, now sitting on the floor, and Dad is patting my head. I hear Ebony Rose and Pippa jumping on Dad's back, wanting him to play. We all want Dad's attention first thing in the morning. I give them another little snatch. They're being so good, aren't they? There's Ebony Rose, Liberty, and Pippa. Good girls. Very good. Dad has gone to take a shower, and Pippa and Ebony Rose and I are following Mum out into the garden. It is still early, and Ebony Rose is telling me it's dark outside, and Pippa does not like the dark. Pippa knows that Mum takes me into the garden, and Pippa likes to stay with me. I cannot see, and so the dark is not a problem for me. Ebony Rose is barking and warning the birds, there's a cat in the garden. Mum told me that a big black and white cat, I have to whisper it because otherwise they will run, has been sharing Nora the tortoise burrow this summer. Nora does not seem bothered, and Mum said it's a shame that the does not have a proper home. Ebony Rose and Pippa just don't want our cat visitor to hurt the birds, so they bark at the cat and to help keep the birds safe. Dad likes to put birdseed out for the birds each day, and we love to hear them singing and chirping, especially when they go to bed in the trees in the garden at night. They all seem to be twittering at the same time. Mum thinks they're saying their prayers and are thankful to have plenty of food and water every day. We live in Arizona, and it can be difficult for a wild animal to find water and stay cool in the desert. We have 2 small birds that live with us, Bubble and Squeak. They love to be in their cage on our redwood deck and sing with the birds in our garden. Let's give them one more, shall we? Good girls. One for Liberty, one for Ebony Rose, and one for Pippa. You're looking so cute today. We go back inside to have our breakfast. Ebony Rose is off to find Dad and tell him about our cat visitor in the garden and how Pippa and her saved the little birds today, didn't you? Good girl, Pippa. Ebony Rose charged fast and happily up the hall to find Dad. I hear Dad laughing. Dad came into the kitchen and is telling us Ebony Rose nearly knocked him down. Dad said I swooped her up in my arms to save us both from falling over. This has already been a busy day for sure. And it's only 6 o'clock in the morning. Time to take a nap. Why do you think some animals, like the little black and white cat, might not have a proper name? When you're responsible for a pet, be sure and always keep them safe in your home. Just remember that when you have animals in your home, they're your responsibility. If you want to listen to all the readings and all the stories, there's 100 stories and more in these 10 books. You'll love them all. There's Dad and Ebony Rose. You can go to www.thediariesoflibertythepug.com. I think Liberty's looking for more food. They're always hungry. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.